Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Alien Romulus, directed by Fede Alvarez. He is most known for the Evil Dead remake, and I remember quite liking it. If I recall correctly.
It's a little spooky, if I recall.
Relatively unknown cast in this movie. A lot of youngsters.
I still wasn't really scared, but yeah, I was more on the edge of my seat than I thought it was better than Longlegs, if you ask me. As far as space movies, this is. I'd say Galaxy Quest my number one, but this is, it's up there. I like it.
You can go in here not knowing anything about the franchise and think it's a good movie. Just a quick little story breakdown for you. Rain has a robot named Andy.
Yes.
And they're on this grubby, just mess of a planet who are just full of miners, and it looks like the Mustafar system from Star Wars 3, if you know what I mean. And they want to get out of there, and so they get their friends, and their friends are like, hey, we have a plan to get out of here and go to a different planet where the sun shines, but we're going to need your robot because he knows how to get up to the spaceship that's floating up above us, and we can get some cryogenic sleep pods and sleep in those and transport ourselves over to the other planet. They get on up there, and
would that it were so simple.
They run into certain things, primarily an alien Romulus.
Yes. I'd say if you like scary, there's some pretty gory scenes. I wouldn't. It's not
as gory as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I thought I was in for a blood bath, but I was quite dry.
Yeah, you were dry. You are quite dry. Yeah, it wasn't. There's some things a little icky, but it's not. Yeah, I would say like even Fallout was probably more gory than that.
Oh, yeah.
If you're into the spooky and you're into the space, sci-fi, if you ever played Dead Space, kind of like Dead Space, should we
tuck in and dive, Chris? Let's do some spoilies here. I was not a fan of seeing Ian Holm recreated digitally.
That was my number one.
Yeah. I felt it was...
didn't really look that good. It wasn't good CGI for
Didn't
him.
look good. I did not feel like it was earned. I get that he's a robot, but like they probably used AI to recreate his voice, and the whole time I was thinking, look how they massacred my boy. Now, can I guess number 2 on your qualms list?
You can guess.
It's an hour 59.
It did drag at parts. It wasn't number 2 on my list, but it was on there. It felt like it kind of drags a little. Do we want to explain more of the plot, I guess? Spoilers.
If you want to, I mean,
it's basically everyone dies except her and the robot, and lady gives birth to an alien half hybrid.
The first 2 acts were great. You had me at the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure.
But it did fall apart towards. You see that girl giving birth to that guy thing.
Yeah, seemed like they had a little too long of an ending. If you ask me.
That too. The alien looked like Meat Canyon's version of XQC, and I couldn't get it past my mind that when it's just like a long, sickly, gross alien, and it was not scary.
It was not scary.
It wasn't scary at all, in my opinion.
Looking,
Yeah. They had such a cool, they did, I think, justice to the alien, the xenomorphs, because I'm like, dang, these things look cool, they're scary, they're properly scary. I'm shivering in my timbers here. But then they introduced that new one, and I'm like, oh, all right. Stand-up performer was Andy, played by David Jonsson.
I agree. That was on my positives.
He did great. Best character by far. I don't know what that says about me, who my favorite character was the robot, but...
I thought he did a really good job as a robot.
A lot of times in these kind of movies, you're like, why did you do that? Why didn't you do this? There are a couple of those in this movie, but Andy's always got the level head where it's like, hey man, she's a goner. Like, we can't open the door, otherwise we're all dead type deal.
Yeah.
And we needed that sense of logic in this movie that really helped.
But I'd recommend, I'd probably give it a 3.5. What are you thinking, Steve?
Yeah, probably a 3.5. Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to crack my top 10 for the year, but it's certainly not a bad film, if you ask me.
Thanks for watching these highlights from our episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. If you want to listen to the full episode, click on the link in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe, and if you do that with your favorite YouTuber, I'm sure they would appreciate it too. Thanks, and have a great day.
Popcorn?